Hi there, I'm Liz, and welcome to Braided Inkwell's Natural Storyteller Toolbox. This storytelling tool is located at Storify.com. Now, Storify.com is a niftily amazing and free storytelling tool where users can curate and tell stories using social media postings from Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Flickr, Google, RSS feeds, and URLs. Now, according to their website, Storify.com was one of Time Magazine's 50 best websites and one of 100 brilliant companies by Entrepreneur Magazine. Now, the first step is to create your profile. If you haven't done so, sign up, and then you can start telling a story using social media. If you have a profile already, sign in. Now, I already have an account, so I'm going to log in. Now you can choose to log in with Twitter or log in with Facebook. And I'm going to log in with Twitter. Just enter your username or your email address. And your password. One important thing to note, make sure to read Storify's terms of service. It sounds kind of boring, but it's important in the long run, and you can find those terms of service on their homepage. Now let's create our first story. You can click Create Story. There is a startup wizard to help you through the process. After signing up and signing in, follow the listed steps and tips. If the wizard doesn't come up automatically, all you have to do is click the question mark, and there it goes. So we're going to create our first story. Oh, a tip I have for you before we start, be sure to save often. I know while looking for content to include in my first Storify experiment, I lost my headline and my description. Another tip, you can compose headlines and descriptions ahead of time using a word processing program. So I'm going to do something like that. So you can just copy from a word processing document such as Microsoft Word and paste, and then do the same thing with the description. Copy, paste. Okay, so we've entered our headline and we've entered our description. Let's go to the next tip to see what that says. Now, we're going to search for elements. Find media on social networks for your story. And it's automatically on Twitter, so we're going to search Twitter. And what I'm looking for is information on dealing with dry scalp. Okay, there's different ways you can search. You can do a topic search, you can search for images, you can search for a timeline, you can search a particular user, you can search a user's list, and you can search favorites. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to search my feed to see what comes up. Okay. And let's see, I think I found one solution for my winter dry scalp. It has something to do with my topic, so I'm going to drag and drop that into my story. I'm going to search Facebook for natural hair, dry scalp. If you do like this particular content, all you have to do is drag and drop, drag and drop. Let's go to YouTube now. And I'm doing the same search, natural hair, dry scalp. Let's see, I'm just going to take the first thing that's here, drag it, drop it. Let's search Flickr. You can either search natural hair, dry scalp. I'm going to do a search for my own pictures. Let's see what comes up. I'm going to do a search for user. There we go. And here are some photos. Oops. Here are some photos that I've taken See if I can do this without clicking over into the Word document. Let's see, I'm going to drag and drop this picture of myself and a good friend of mine, Rare Epiphany. Great singer and poetess. Let's try Google. I do a search on Braided Inkwell. These are the results that come up. Okay, so I'm going to just drag and drop the first result. Okay. And let's try an RSS feed. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to work. The last time I tried this, it did not work, but hopefully, I'm sure you'll get the idea. Let's go back to Storify. And let's see what happens. Looks like our story saved automatically. It's also not a bad idea to save manually. It looks like this isn't going to work for us right now. You can also search a particular URL. Let's see what happens when I do this. I already pulled this up on YouTube. I'm going to copy the URL. Let's go back to our Storify tab. I'm going to paste that there. And the exact video I was looking for. That's the first and only result. I'm going to drag and drop that into the Storify story. Now the next step is to add text. Let's see. Let's hide this tip. And you can add text by clicking on these yellow boxes. And text would be a good way to take the separate curated elements of your story. I'm just going to click and paste. You can take the separate elements of your curated story and you can tie them together by adding text in between each element if you choose. Here's some more connecting text. Don't you just love transitions? So I'll paste that right there. And I'll also paste right here. And again, right here. And let's see. And the final text right here. And that's the end of this Storify.com story, Social Media Rocks. Now, this story isn't published yet. We're going to do that together in the next video. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.